Hey YouTube, what's going on? This is just a quick review of the Samsung extended battery kit, as you can see here. It gives you extra juice obviously for your Galaxy S2 phone. The battery itself is 2000 milliamps. It comes with another back cover because it doesn't use the same one. And I'll show you how it works. Okay. So obviously that's the phone right there. As you can see that behind the phone, that's the new back cover, and it sits flush with the back of the phone itself. The older case itself had a bit of a bend here, so sort of dipped, but this one sits flush. And you can see also that the camera itself is recessed, so the camera doesn't sit or doesn't protrude out of the back case, so when you have it like this, you can't really scratch it on a surface. It does help with that. I'll just remove this and show you what it's like. So that's the back cover. It's still very soft plastic. It's bendable, but not as bendable as the original. This is a bit more solid, but still plastic as it is. It still keeps the weight down, so it does the same thing. It says Samsung there, and it's still got the matte type finish on the back, so it gives you a good grip. Now the battery itself, I can show you. I'll open this from, okay. So the battery itself, that's the battery. The thickness of the battery is very minimal, so it adds just a little bit more to the thickness. Other than that, if I can get this in focus, I can show you. Okay, it says 2000 milliamps right there. It's quite a large battery. I've been using it for about a month now, and yeah, so far so good. I'm a very heavy user of this phone, and based on my use, I've been able to get through a day of heavy use. That's probably about, say, a couple hours of video, hour or two of web surfing, listening to about 3-4 hours of music, checking email, checking Facebook, just general web browsing again, taking a few calls, sending about 20-30 texts as well, and I still had about 30% battery by 7 o'clock at night. So I had it fully charged at 9 o'clock in the morning. I unplugged it, and by 7 o'clock at night I still had about 30% battery. I got to about 9:30, 10 o'clock, and I had about 10% battery. So you would really need to hammer this battery if you actually used it 100%. This battery is not supposed to be something that is going to give you more than a day's worth of use. It will for some people, but if you're getting this battery, you're probably getting it because you're a heavy user. This battery is there so you don't have to carry your charger with you. Thanks to the battery, you can charge it in the morning and you won't have to worry about ever charging it for the rest of the day, because it will withstand pretty much the entire day's worth of use. No problem whatsoever. Other than that, I've got some pictures I'll show you right now, which show you the battery itself and the day-to-day use and how far I pushed the battery. Now, if you're just a light to medium, say, user, you use your phone once in a while in the day, you check your Facebook, you check your email, a little bit of video, a little bit of music, a little bit of web browsing, the battery will last you easily 2 days. I used the battery and I pushed it to its maximum, and I got somewhere close to 2 hours. There are pictures here, as you can see. This shows you like how much battery I used, how much it continued to drain and I got to about 6-7% battery, as you can see here. And yeah, this was just amazing. I just kept on pushing the battery and I got it past 2 days, and 2 days plus hours on top of that as well. So that's 48 hours on just the battery, which is fantastic. It works very well, and the good thing is it's a genuine Samsung battery. As you can see, it says Samsung Original, so it's a genuine Samsung battery. You don't have to worry about this being one of those cheap knockoffs or something that that's not made by Samsung, because those batteries can actually damage your phone. Whereas this one, the only reason I got this was because it was made by Samsung. I was very happy, and it only cost me $50 Australian to get this, which is not much at all for a decent sized battery, which gives you a full day's use. The Galaxy S2 phone has a 1650 milliamp battery, which is good if you're a low to medium user. It'll get you through the day. But if you're using this phone for its multimedia capabilities, which is like watching a lot of video, listening to a lot of music, lots of heavy web browsing, playing flash games, you need this type of battery right here. The only other thing I'd say is the only good other thing I can say about the battery is that the back cover itself is it's actually much easier to put on than the older back cover. As you can see, it dips straight there, and basically, yeah, it just clicks into place. It's a very simple, bang, there you go, and it's on. And I love how much it's flush with the phone itself, as you can see. I mean, it doesn't cause you know, to be anything bigger than what the phone should be. It's only about, it adds a millimeter on top. It feels solid in the hand with the back cover. Having this back cover actually makes it feel like a proper phone that you can hold in your hand. The other one just felt really flimsy, and even though it adds minute weight, a little bit of weight to this, it doesn't do much to, you know, to make the phone unbearable or too heavy to hold. The phone itself works really well. I'll turn it on just to show you. It's taking its time. There you go. There you go, phone's on. But yeah, the battery itself is fantastic. Oh, and one more thing. Everyone is wondering if this phone will fit with a case. So say you've got the new battery pack, you've put the back on as well. Now the cases are designed, obviously, you know, with the original battery in mind and the original backing in mind, instead of this one. What I found was the case that I use, which is the Casemate pop case, as you can see here, the one that comes with its own kickstand. This case was able to fit the battery in, even with the big battery. See, as you can see, like this, bang, and the phone fits. There you go. So it still works brilliantly. You can still push the buttons. You can see sound up and down. It just works. I was so glad. That was one of my big worries, that this case would not help with the battery, as in it would cause, you know, it would be much tougher, but it actually fits. There was a little bit in the beginning where it was a little bit out just from here, but apparently, yeah, the case sort of just molded itself, I guess you would say, to the battery as well. And if you look from the back, it adds a slight bump to the back of the case. Like, it's just a slight ridge, but hey, the trade-off is there. But like I said, it actually fits, which is fantastic. If you have a look, you can see all the way around the case. The phone is actually sitting underneath the rubber, so your phone's not going to fall out, no matter, like, if you shake it, you know, if you go like that, it's not going to make the case or the phone itself fall out. And I was just glad that it works. I can't say that it will work with other cases, but the Casemate pop case, definitely, it works brilliantly, and I was very happy about that. You know, when you just take the phone out, because it's an expensive investment, you want this case to, you know, just to work with your phone, and obviously with the new type of backing as well, it's just fantastic. And like I said, again, another plus is that the back cover here also protects the camera lens, because it recesses it just slightly, and if you have it on a table on a flat surface, obviously, yeah, you can't scratch it anymore. That's one of the best reasons to get this. Here are some screenshots as well of, like, the battery, you know, that I've used it day in, day out. Just tells you how much battery I used and how far I got. I used a battery widget to measure how far the battery went. As you can see, it was this one here, which was it's called battery. It's called battery widget. Just type it in Google. You can find it if you really want it. But other than that, yeah, that's it. It's just a you know, a user review, a non-biased user review of how this phone works, and how the bigger battery does help a lot with the charging problems. If you need to constantly charge your phone, with this you really don't have to worry. It's a great thing that Samsung came out with. It would have been great if they released this, obviously, with the phone itself, but obviously with the whole new, you know, slim form factor, and every phone that has to be thinner and thinner, they couldn't really add this battery. But it's good to know that Samsung can make these batteries for you. So even if the next Samsung Galaxy S3 or whatever it is going to be comes out, has a decent battery, then obviously if you want more use, they'll release even a bigger battery. But yeah, fantastic battery, works really well. It's an original battery from Samsung. I bought this from techbuy.com.au. Cost me $50. That includes shipping. Yeah, it's an overall great purchase. So if you really want one, grab yourself one. If you're worried that your battery is running out on the train on the way back home or whatever, yeah, it just works really well. Like I said, it adds a little bit to the thickness, but nothing to complain about. The trade-off is there, obviously, but yeah, I think it's just fantastic the way it works. All right, take care, guys. Bye bye.